Welcome in, guys. What is going on? Good afternoon. It is Thursday, October 5th. Heading into week 5 already. I can't believe it. We are already knocking on the door of the halfway point of the fantasy football season. Conclusion of week 6 will kind of earmark that first half. So, already into week 5, guys. Season's kind of chugging along. Everything's going pretty smooth, no complaints. Couple things here and there, obviously, with some trades. Big breaking trade today between Jared and Joe and Dalton, moving some big names. So it's always fun, guys, when some big name pieces can get moved around. So remember, nobody's untouchable on some teams, and just keep throwing it out there. You never know what's going to happen. So I expect a couple more big moves. Obviously, I think our deadline's a little further back than what it was in the past. So trades are going to keep the league active for the remainder of the year, hopefully. But let's go ahead and jump right into the week 4 scoreboard, guys. We'll jump right into my matchup of the week. Came down to Monday night, and Travis Kelce took over, giving Jeff and Nico the 120 to 103 victory, securing them at 4-0, dropping me to 3-1. I can't really complain. Scored over 100, would have beat every other team except Jobby and Jeff. So I can't really complain too much. Just bad matchup draw. But Le'Veon Bell led me with 30.6. Gurley led them with 27.5. A lot of big scores from our team. So a couple guys didn't perform, but it is what it is. Eric took on Mike in the Battle of the Dumpster Fires. Both these teams barely scored over 70, until Monday night. But Eric got a big W here, making himself 2-2, getting right back into the thick of it like we thought. It was a low-scoring matchup with 73 to 63. Mike, had one really good week, and now he's 1-3, refusing to make moves for certain guys, and he's sitting at 1-3. So we'll see what happens if he can right the ship. Mike was led by his defense with 22. Take away that, Mike's like at 41 points. Not good. Eric was led by Russell Wilson, who continues to put up great numbers behind that terrible offensive line. He had 27. Jobby went absolutely nuts in this game. 131 and Dalton's 85. Cam Newton had 33. He had a bunch of other guys pop off. I mean, most of his guys hit double digits, if I remember right. He had 25 from Miller. He had 13 from Keenan Allen, 12 from Hogan, 22 from a defense. Really, after that, you look at his tight end, his flex, T.Y., they didn't put up anything more than like 10 combined. So just a big output from a few guys. Dalton was led by Zeke Elliott with 25.9, obviously Brady with 20. But solid scoring there. Jobby got that elusive first win at 1-3. Dalton now at 2-2. Joe and Jared pulled out a very slim lead, or very slim win to give Brock his first loss as well. They improved to 2-2 with a 90 to 84 win. Came down to Chris Carson. Just needed really I think one carry or something for a few yards. He got that before breaking his ankle. So Brock's defense almost pulled it out fantasy wise. Brock was led by Rodgers with 23. Fournette led the way for Joe and Jared with 20. And last matchup, Casey got that first elusive win as well. So no more winless teams in the league, guys. Everybody's got a dub. Aaron as well dropped to 1-3, especially in that division, guys. It's up for grabs. I mean, anybody in that division going to be 1-2 seed. Long season as well. So Casey 78 to Aaron 64. He was led by Tyrod Taylor with 12.5. Bilal Powell, huge run against the Jags. He had 25 total on the day. I think had a couple touchdowns and over 100 yards, just a lot of yardage. But jumping into week 5 real quick, looking at first matchup, obviously me against Aaron, big division game, repeat of last year's championship. So obviously I'd love to get a little revenge here. Really hoping that I can have a big game from Gronk on Thursday night. We'll see what happens. I am projected to win by 7.5, but never know, especially in fantasy. Projections mean absolutely nothing. Dalton and Mike squaring off in this one. I think Mike is projected to win by about 5.5, but judging by Mike's team the last few weeks, scoring is going to be a premium. So we'll see how that shapes out. Brock going up. This is matchup of the week for sure. Brock's 3-1 going up against Jeff and Nico 4-0. I believe Jeff and Nico favored by about 2. So this one going to be another fun one to watch. I think Brock's team's going to start to put it together touchdown wise, so going to bump up his scoring numbers. Obviously for 3-1, he's not scoring where he wants to, but I think that's going to change. And obviously, Jeff and Nico, I mean, they're a machine. I really don't know when they're going to start slowing down. They have also been very touchdown dependent. I mean, Gurley's had like 2 or 3 in every game, I feel like. Obviously, they had Hunt at the beginning of the year. But they needed Jai to get it going. They'll start getting touchdowns from. Obviously, Jordy scores like 1 or 2 every week. But that team's a machine, guys. They just keep chugging along, pacing that division. So, but Brock's knocking on the door right behind him, 3-1. So, should be a good matchup to watch. Another good one, I think, honestly, is two teams fighting out. Obviously, hoping to get in that playoff spot. Both 2-2. Hoping to make, obviously, Joe and Jared made a big trade this week. They are now favored above Eric by 9. I know Eric's in the move, in the mix to potentially make a big move too. But big matchup division-wise for those two. So, last but not least, honestly, pretty decent matchup in terms of Jobby and Casey. Obviously, been low scoring all year, but you never know, guys, who catches fire at the right time. These are big division games, and especially if you're trying to make a push for the playoffs, because that 1 and 2 spot in our division it's up for grabs. But I think Jobby is favored by about 0.7, so it's going to be real tight matchup in that one. See if that scoring picks up too, because I think it's favored like 80 to 79.3. But outside of that, guys, activity's been good. Everybody's checking the page often. I mean, we change the polls, and I usually by a day or two. I mean, we have 9-10 votes, so it's been awesome. I applaud everybody on that. Trade talks have been good. I think there's been a few trades processed, not as many, I think. But it is what it is. I mean, it's still early. It's week 5. Not even fully engulfed yet. So you just keep on talking, keep on trying to grind it out. I mean, it's a long season. Teams needs change. Bye weeks are coming up. Teams are going to start unloading decent players for some depth, especially as the byes approach. This is our first bye week. So we got Atlanta's on the bye, Saints are on the bye, Denver's on the bye. There's probably another couple teams. But, yeah, guys, it's going to be fun. I just wanted to get a quick video out before softball and stuff like that. I get the day off today, so get a few things going. And if anybody has questions, feel free to give me a call, text, group text, league page, whatever. Dalton, I appreciate you doing the power rankings. It's great to look forward to every Tuesday. Outside of that, guys, yeah, there's really not too many things I've thought about changing or wanting to change. There's a few things I kind of toyed with in terms of asking about open division. Matchups don't matter. Do total points. I think that was mostly a dud. I just always want to see what you guys think. So I'm always looking to potentially make a positive change. I also potentially think about next year changing to free agent bidding. So instead of just a waiver order, you're allotted $100 beginning of the year, and you spend that on, and whoever's the highest bidder at that week pays that price. Now, it's not like, let's say if I bet $10 on a guy and the next highest bidder was $1, well, I have to pay 10. It's not like they automatically give it to me for 2. So you pay the price and you kind of buy that free agent. You kind of have to budget along the way, account for bye weeks, pickups, drops, stuff like that. That's something I have another league in that we do, and it seems kind of fun. But it's a little different. It's a different mindset. So, instead of the just going in a natural order, I have another league where the highest scoring team is always number 10. So if they go by your record and your points scored, and the better team you are, no matter if you should have first wave or not, they make you one of the last. I don't really like that too much, so it's either we keep it where it's at or we do the free agent bidding. I think that might be a cool change next year, but we'll talk about it. Just always throwing different ideas out. Want to see what else is going on. Anybody that's open maybe to do half-point PPR. I'm not a big fan of PPR just because a reception doesn't really count. If a guy catches a ball for negative half yard on a screen, he still gets a half a point. It doesn't make sense. It's not a positive play. So that was my thought, but I just want to throw a couple things at you guys. Obviously, have a great week 5, rolling in just fine, and good luck to everybody. Keep on trading, keep on texting, and we'll see if we can get more deals done. Have a good week, guys.